Control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
This is Ice-T, repping Raising Cane's Iced Tea, the official iced tea of iced tea. Brewed throughout the day and perfectly poured over Cane's signature crush ice makes Cane's Iced Tea the only iced tea as fresh as me. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
It pays to participate in LES Peak Rewards. You can earn a $25 gift card when you enroll your qualified smart thermostat in the program. Help curb electric demand and sign up today at les.com/peak rewards.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through May 25th, enjoy all-natural whole bone-in pork butt for $1.49 per pound. Buy 5, get 5 free on brat patties. 10-pound tubes of 85% ground beef, just $2.88 per pound when you buy $100 in meat and groceries. And 6-ounce USDA Choice bacon-wrapped filet mignon, $9.99 each. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockwood Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Welcome in to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Welcome to the Get Your Happy On Hour. I'm your host, Ricky C. Simmons. This is 93.7 The Ticket. Man, welcome to June 1st. I always start my show off by giving a big shout out to Matt Warner and Empire Fencing out in Waverly, Nebraska. I appreciate all the love you guys continue to show me. And I want you guys to know I'm watching. Y'all still doing big things, and I'm very, very, very proud of y'all, man. So keep doing those encouraging, positive things. You know, like I said, this is June 1st, so feeling real grateful today that I got a chance to see a new month. I don't take anything for granted. You know, I think a lot of times it's just second nature for people to assume things and take things for granted. And I just want people to understand that, man, life is a precious thing. It's a gift, and I think it should be treated with respect. A lot of times we just assume, which I think is never a good thing, but assuming that you're going to be here to see another day. I don't live like that. Now, do I want to live and see another day? Absolutely. But do I take it for granted? I don't, because I don't have a contract saying that I'm guaranteed any certain amount of time. So I try to treat each day like it's the last and enjoy myself. I just love to be happy. You know, I have a guest tonight, and we're going to learn a lot about my guest because he's one of those guys who's been flying under the radar, and we're going to put him on Front Street tonight. Deon Gasson, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. It's an honor. Really honored to be on your show.
Well, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule, man. And I'm just going to be honest with you, man. I've watched from afar, but I want to know, and I want everyone that follows the show to know what I know. So I'm going to start off with, let's go back to the beginning. Where are you from, man?
I'm from Los Angeles. I'm from an area called Watts, California, near Compton, California.
Wow. Now, if I remember correctly, that's not Beverly Hills, right?
Oh, no, definitely not Beverly Hills. Right? It was Beverly Hills for us. It was rich and, glory for us.
Right. So what was your upbringing like?
Well, I grew up in a single parent household.
Okay.
Probably typical story for a lot of people that's in the situation that I was in. My father, unfortunately, passed away when I was 1 year old.
Oh, wow.
So my mother, bless her soul, was funded to raise 3 kids in the housing projects in Watts, living off low income, living off, the county, as most people know, as the welfare, doing her best to make sure that her kids didn't want for anything. So to be able to be so resilient, that's what I learned how to persevere over a lot of barriers, because seeing my mom going through a lot of things after my dad passed away.
Now you said there was 3 of you.
Yes.
Where do you fall in there?
I'm the youngest. Well, and later on my mom remarried, later have my younger brother, which was a blessing as well. But I'm the third. I'm the third. I got an older sister who thinks she's the queen of the family, which she is. And then I have my older brother, then myself, and 6 years later, my younger brother was brought to this planet.
Okay, so growing up in Watts, basically, what was that like, man? I mean, I know you said you were rich, but I mean, for people that's never been there, explain to us what that was like.
It was family oriented. I can say that much. From the outside looking in, I understand the stereotype that people, have about people that reside in the neighborhood. Then don't get me wrong, understand that the stereotype comes with it. There was a lot of, crime, violence that we was exposed to. But at the same time, my safe gate was being able to have a talent in sports. I love the sports so much to where that occupied most of my time. One of the things that the guys that I grew up with, it was like 3 of us. The things that we're proud to say is that we was like 1 of 4 who never ever seen inside of a correctional facility. We never been in jail. So from the outside looking in, people just assume that because I'm from Watts, California, is that I was involved in negative activity.
Yes.
Which is a false narrative. But from the inside, where we're coming from, like I said, it's very, very family oriented. Those activities that gives Watts a bad name was activity that you choose to do.
Right.
And
right.
I know that that wasn't something that I don't want to do. Now, I'll be sitting here lying if I say that I didn't, wasn't involved in certain things, but those certain things that I was involved in wasn't nothing that destroyed other people. It didn't just damage my life. There was things that I was still able to overcome.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm glad you put an emphasis on not being in trouble, because that is a stereotype that a lot of people, choose to believe.
Correct.
Because that narrative is being projected so constantly, and when you say Watts, the average person starts to think of the negative, and I guess where I'm really, really, really honored is to hear you say that even though you was aware of it, you chose other things. And you say sports. Now, tell us about your sports. What about sports did you like?
Sports, because again, I grew up without a father figure. And sports got me around role models, positive role models that were from the community who also seen the talent in me. They invested in me. So they provided a leeway for me to be successful. They always kept me busy. They always made sure that I had the things to be successful. They made sure the people in the community knew that that was the goal of mine, So again, from the inside looking out, our community was tight knit, very family oriented, and by playing sports, it just exposed me to other things outside of the community. Because in our community, I feel a lot of the things that goes on, we feel like that's normal, and in reality, that's not normal standard of living.
Now, what sports in particular are you speaking of?
Football. Football was something that I later was able to be successful in. But I started off, a lot of people know, if you know me, if you're from my neighborhood, you'll say Lil Dion. We thought he was going to be the next Barry Bonds.
Because, wow, baseball player.
Baseball was my love. Baseball came easy. If I could mentor myself, I would have continued playing baseball and just stuck with baseball. Although my love was basketball, but I was a realist. I knew that I wasn't going to be 6'5", 6'6". So I just gravitated towards basketball. And later on, I gravitated towards football because football growing up, cost a lot of money. And my family didn't have all that money for me to be able to play tackle football. So I had to wait until I was in high school to be able to play tackle football, which came fast, instant success.
Did you play high school football in California?
Yes, I did. I played football in the Woodland Hills. I was part of a pilot program that sent kids from Watts to better community areas for them to be able to be successful in school. At first, that was something that I didn't take grasp to because I wanted to stay in my community, play for our home school. But at the end of the day, that was probably one of the best decisions. And I was fortunate enough to help build my high school program to where it is now. It's a nationally known program now.
Oh, okay, okay.
So a lot of guys, from NBA to NFL, Major League Baseball, all went to my high school.
Oh, man. Well, I really admire the fact that that you was willing to be open-minded enough to even take that leap, because sometimes, we get set in our ways,
right? And
you start talking about, hey, you want me to go where?
Right.
And it's like, nah, I ain't trying to do all that. I'm gonna stay right here and go to this school.
Yeah, and that was something that was at that time, because it wasn't my decision. And at that time, there's one middle school where all of the rival gangs attended. So before my time, like my older brother that came before me, my sister, and their friends. No one was never successful because that rival high school, or the high school is in a rival gang territory, to where people from my neighborhood couldn't go to school and be successful because they have to watch their back. They're constantly fighting. A lot of people end up going to jail, getting incarcerated at juveniles because of the things that was going on in our neighborhood. So a group of people saw the data saying that people wasn't being successful, so they started a pilot program. And now I can say, fortunately, that I was the start of that pilot program to see how students will benefit from going to schools in a more safer neighborhood. And I can say that the pilot program students all pretty much, I would say, and I'm giving a rough estimate, I would say between 80-85% of us was successful for going to that.
So what grade were you when you started going to this?
Sixth grade.
Sixth grade.
Yep. Right out of elementary. And if you was to talk to my mom, she was saying that's probably the best thing that happened for me because I had a quick temper. I was a guy that, really was prideful. And I knew if I would have went to one of those schools, I know that I would have got in a lot of trouble because I was one of the guys, man, who liked to fight.
Right.
I was a scrapper. Let's get it down.
So in other words, you didn't look for trouble, but you wasn't afraid of it either.
No, because you guilty by association. So just by being from the neighborhood that I was in, you associated with it. So we go to the neighborhood mall, neighborhood gas shop. Just because you're from that neighborhood, you are going to be associated with that neighborhood. So since you are going to be associated with that neighborhood, you might as well just like, hey, I'm gonna go down swinging.
Right.
Even though I wasn't doing the activities that the people who chose to live that life was doing. But again, when you're out of your neighborhood, you're out of your comfort zone, they'll see, oh, that's such and such from such and such.
Right.
And then it's on from there.
So in other words, you didn't really have a choice in the matter.
You had no choice in that. Either my uncle liked to say, and he's out here with me, you either be a predator or you're gonna be the prey. And I definitely didn't want to be the prey. So I wanted to make sure that I was the predator. Now deep down inside, I was, there's some prey in me, but I never showed that because you can't show weakness.
Right. And people, I can say this from experience too, when people notice that you are prey, they capitalize on it immediately.
Right.
So it was probably smart for you, even though I don't encourage anyone to be violent, but I understand why.
Right.
And now you did this all the way through high school. You did well in sports. What was next for you after high school?
Well, coming out of high school, I went to high school. Like I said, I was successful in football. I mean, the instant success. Back then, they didn't have stars. They just had blue chipper. I was fortunate enough to be a blue chipper, which means I was one of the top football players in the state of California. Had opportunities to attend pretty much any college in the country of my choosing. But the thing that derailed me was academics. I was a poor student academically wise. So that derailed me from getting the opportunity to play the major football that I wanted to. So I had to go to a community college, a JUCO, as we call it.
Yeah, junior college.
Went to a JUCO, was pretty much successful at that JUCO, had opportunity to get a full ride scholarship to Kent State University in Ohio, where that was the first time that I was actually able to lead the state of California and be on my own and, face one of those winners that, that I never faced before.
I got you. So you went to the JUCO and you had success there.
Correct.
And then you went on to, what did you say, Kent State?
Kent State in Ohio, yes.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Coming from California, man, going to Ohio, what was that like for you?
It was different. First off, I was missing mom's food. I got homesick, but I was around other California buddies that, that took me under their wings, helped me get through it. That first year was rough, but I still, again, persevere and stuck it out. Always was calling home, telling mom that I miss being home, especially again, like jokingly said about the winter. When I first saw that winter, because in California, I mean, I never owned a big jacket in my life, probably a windbreaker, sweater, hoodie, but to be able to be in that type of situation a long way from home with no family was kind of taking a toll on me.
Now, so let me, I'm trying to make sure I get this right. At Kent State, so you were there 2 years?
Yeah, a year and a half. Yep.
A year and a half. And then what was next?
So again, that's where my journey was always academically. Because of my board decision, I was academically ineligible to play sports at Kent State. So I moved back home to California. And one of the things that I always remember when when I lost that opportunity at Kent State, I just remember laying on my mom's couch, and my mom was like, "You got to get out of here." And I had one of my best friends come up to me and was like, "If you're going to be here, man, you need this." And he put a pistol in my lap. And that's when reality sunk in for me. And I looked at that pistol and I made a decision to take a train ride back to Ohio to try to regain my eligibility, which in the long run didn't go my way. But then I had opportunity to finish up my career over at here in Nebraska at Wayne State College.
Okay.
When I had one of my roommates who was playing, who attended at Wayne State, was like, come down here. It's a quiet environment. And when I went to Wayne State, it's like one of the best decisions that I made. I thrived. I finished up with my bachelor's degree. And that's when I was able to now see life without football.
I think what's really impressive is it's not how you started, it's how you ended up. Right. And I just think that was big. I mean, and it takes courage to admit your faults and the things that you aren't the best at. A lot of people want to keep those type things secret, right? Because it doesn't show you in this light of being, better than, you was very vulnerable when you said that. And I respect that, man.
And and it's funny you say that, because at that time I was afraid to share my story.
Yeah.
That was something that I kept hidden, from the outside. It wasn't until I got into my professional career, when I started working with kids who didn't have a sports talent, but they wanted to be successful. And then, showing them the way, start telling them my story, because people see the finished product.
Right.
They didn't know what the steps, the barriers that I had to overcome to be able to be in the position that I was in.
No, I respect that. And let me say this too while I'm thinking about it. I'm really, really impressed with the fact that even with that upbringing, that school-wise wasn't that productive initially, right, you turned it into a positive. And then not only did you turn it into a positive, then you flipped it into a career.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. Is that what I'm getting?
That's exactly what you're getting. And it's funny, like I said, my academic woes is the reason why I didn't achieve the ultimate goal that I wanted, was to be a professional football player. But before that, I wanted to go to at that time a Big Five school, and I didn't have an opportunity to do that. So now, looking back at everything, I'm an educator. I've been in education now for the last 21 years. Received my master's degree in education. Worked in education for, like I said, 25 years, helping first generation, low income youth overcome barriers as their self, making a lot of them successful, giving them a lot of hope, a lot of belief. And I felt when I was able to share my story with other people, now people knew that, oh, okay, he's just not a person that just come into our community, trying to just earn money or whatever not, but he was actually sincere, So.
And you was also showing people that if you don't have everything you think you need initially, it's not like it's a lost cause.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what I've had the opportunity to come and see you at one of the local schools that isn't the most positive environment, and I've seen the type of work that you and Michael Hunter, I've seen what y'all stand for. I personally, and this is just me saying this, I don't know how y'all do that, but not on a day-to-day basis. I mean, I can travel around the country speaking. Yeah, that's one thing, but I'm going in for a couple of hours and then after that, I'm gone.
Right.
But you guys are in there day in, day out, watching basically a lot of our youth that just making choices that you once made. Right. And now you can speak from experience and try and help them. I admire that because it takes a special person, because some of these kids, man, they're not the easiest to deal with.
Right.
And I've seen it firsthand. This is not hearsay. I've seen it, and I didn't even have to deal with it. I just observed it. But you guys are in the fight every day. But look, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come right back with Dion. Don't y'all go anywhere. This is 93.7 The Ticket. It's to get you happy on out.
.93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
It's never too late to start protecting your company's data from cyber attacks. Your customers put their trust in you to keep their information safe from online threats. Don't let them down. Partner with Hamilton Business Technologies to get real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and experts who monitor it all for you. We care about the success of your business and the communities you serve. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
At Allo, we go beyond internet, bringing you faster speeds backed by an all-fiber network. We go beyond TV and phone service, delivering reliable, crystal clear connections. We go beyond customer service with local teammates and no robots for a hassle-free experience. We go beyond value, offering transparent prices with no contracts, hidden fees, or data caps. We even go beyond our office doors by working, hiring, volunteering, and living in the communities we serve. Go beyond fiber. Sign up today at allofiber.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions with pay starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Make sure you tune in every Saturday from 11 to 12 for all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman. Learn how the game of youth football has grown in and around the capital city with coaches, athletic directors, and league commissioners telling you all about it. It's all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman every Saturday from 11 to noon right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
National Electrical Safety Month is held every May to raise awareness about the importance of staying safe around electricity. Visit les.com/safety for safety tips on power lines, tree trimming, storms, and so much more.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G187747, and G196599.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
And we back. I gotta give a big shout out to my big brother Odious Lee. I see you checking out the show, man. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me that you week in, week out, man. You're always there for me, so got love for you, big bro. Keep doing your thing, and hope that knee is getting better. We're going to race in a 40 when you get that other knee fixed, all right? Well, hey, man, we was talking before the break, man, and a little bit during the break. Now, you know, we was talking about your upbringing, and when people say Watts, California, immediately the stereotype comes to the front of your mind. And I was wondering, like, can you share with us how you basically avoided that, and what was it like when people asked you, "Hey man, where you from?" and then they got that stereotype. How did you deal with that?
First, again, to be able to overcome that, like I said, I had a great support system, within the community. But with people from the outside, when they ask me where I'm from, because usually first when I was younger, you ask me where I'm from, first thing I say, Watts. But as I got older, people ask me where I'm from because I know what's going to follow. So where are you from? I'm Los Angeles. What part? I'm from Watts. And then, you get one or two things. You get guys from other big cities. They want to glorify, the crime from their city compared to me. Oh, I'm from such and such, and we got this killing, we got that killing. And I'm like, that's not something to glorify, because how many of those killing affected you? Or I get where, they want to hear some type of story from me, like glorifying it as, like, what have you done? I know you did this, I know you did that. And I tell them, this is where, I could be bored, because I can't sit here and tell you stories about things that you think that I've done, but I can tell you, stories about what I've seen other people have done. Right. Because my theme in my life is what my eyes have seen, not what I have done.
Right.
For the most part. So I can't sit here and say, hey, Dion did this, Dion did that. Oh yeah, I was over there. And I'm not gonna, I can't tell you those stories. But I can sit here and tell you what my eyes have seen.
Right.
I can tell you what I witnessed, brutality, injustice, violence, gang violence, warring with other neighborhoods, seeing people get made a mock of by getting probably they'll get sentenced 200 years plus 10 days.
Yeah.
So
basically wiping them out.
Just wiping them out, just like making an example out of them by giving them 200 plus years and then adding here, they go 10 days on top of it.
Yeah. And I've had my share of criminal justice system involvement. And I don't try to hide it because it's part of who I am. It made me who I am. I'm not really proud of it, but I'm not ashamed of it either, because first of all, without it, I might not have lived, so I can actually, I can give the criminal justice system some props because they saved me from myself. I was making them choices that you weren't making. So I can relate to that. I have much respect for you because it was all around you. It was like, it wasn't like you didn't have the option to get into trouble, but you chose a positive route. Right. I want to say this too, man, while I'm thinking about it. I've noticed, and maybe you can shed some light on it, because I do go around the country speaking to these schools all over the country. But the one thing I've noticed when I'm going to like schools where I'm just observing, man, what is it like to deal with some of the youth today on a day-to-day basis? Now this is just my opinion. Please don't feel like I need someone to agree with me, but it just seems like it's a lot different dealing with the youth today than it was back in the day. Am I off on that, or?
No, you're correct. And I think social media has a lot to do with it now, because back when we were growing up, there wasn't a platform to showcase negativity. You just heard about it, probably just on the news, and that was it. Quick 10, 15 minutes. And I might get some flack for this, like rap videos, that portray a certain lifestyle, where you have individuals in certain cities have more resources than people that's coming actually living in a lifestyle that don't have those choices or resources. So these kids are portraying a lifestyle that they don't know anything about. working with students in school, I get that a lot. Again, like I said, I share my background. I don't go in right away sharing my upbringing because I want to listen. And I get kids, you know, and they were telling me, oh, they part of this gang. I'm from this. I did this. And I sit there and I just want to sit them, young man, sit down. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Oh, F you. You don't know anything. You don't know this. You don't know that. You know, I'm in this. And I just sit there like, little man, if you only knew. But I don't get there to unless it gets to the extreme. Because the moment I say, hey, little man, check this out. Let me tell you where I'm from. All right. Let me break it down. Now I get their utmost respect. Now they listening. Now they want to know, like, wow, how did you make it? And once I'm able to tell them how I made it with that support system, being positive and building a relationship with positive adults, because you're going to need those adults down the line.
Correct.
And once you build that and have that on your side, you know, everything all comes together. So it's a different breed. And I just feel personally, two main factors. You have, like I mentioned, social media, and you have the video glorified negativity by women. You know, certain way how you talk, certain ways how you just carry yourself. Well, I feel like they bring that into the school, because I tell the kids all the time where I come from, and don't take this the wrong way. I'm not telling you to drop out, but where I come from, the tough guys don't go to school.
Right.
Those guys, they don't disrespect, quote unquote, civilians. You know,
right.
They in fact, if they see you disrespecting somebody that's in authority that's trying to be positive, they're gonna rampack you. So that's the thing that, you know, I would be trying to share with those kids. Like, now, don't go back and say, oh, Mr. G told me to drop out. No. I'm not telling you to drop out.
Right.
I'm just telling you, you come to school, you be reckless, you want to cuss out this person, you want to cuss out this person. We here in this controlled environment trying to show you a better way. Because again, I always tell kids, your first 18 years of your life, it's like sport. It's like that's practice. You know, you practice. You know, when you coach the team, when you're playing for a team, you practice. You get out there in the game, you on your own. After 18 and older, that's the game.
Right.
We just teaching you what to do, because when you get 18, 19, I've been in this over 20 years. Now I see kids come back who didn't take advantage of that and say, I wish I could. Dion, you need me to talk to your students. You need me to do this. You need me to do that. I said, come on.
Right.
Because they need to hear it from somebody like you, because they tired of hearing it from me. You know?
Yeah.
So when they hear it from somebody that they can trust, that they know that been in the trenches that way, it's a lot more effective when my past students come down and speak to them groups for me.
I think that's real important, man, because for some reason, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like to me, the youth of today, it may have been this way all along, but it seems like what I've noticed is they tend to listen to people that either their age or just a little bit above them, a little better than they do someone that they would call an authority figure or an adult. That's just what I see.
And I take it a step further, because they feel like they can relate more to them.
Right.
Because we're looked as, oh, he's just always talking. Oh, he's always preaching. He always doing that. But again, they don't know what the steps that we've been through. And I always say, I wish I had a crystal ball. First of all, to show you the past, and then a crystal ball and show you the future.
Right.
This is how your life's going to be if you continue around that track. But the crystal ball to me, again, is bringing in my other students, former students that had the same attitude as them.
Right.
You know,
right.
And to say, hey, you explain to them how important life is now. Now you gotta, that hot water is not free. Yeah. When you turn on that light now, it's not free.
Right.
You know, oh, I want to be an adult. I'm an adult. I'm a man. I'm like, no. Adulting is not something that you want to rush into. Because
Right.
once you get that wish, you never get it back.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, don't go backward.
Right.
I want to ask you this, man. You recently, you moved to a different school. You went over to the Northwest.
Yeah, I'm at Northwest Lincoln Northwest High
and
School.
you
Go
went over.
Falcons.
Yeah, you went over there as a coach and a teacher. Is that correct?
Yes, yep. I was coaching and special education teacher.
Wow. So what was that like going from that, from the student support where I met you to that?
Shout out to his student support program, man. That was an awesome experience there. We had some wonderful people there. I had a great leader in Ms. Mueller, who showed me the way. But it was time for me to go.
Okay.
I want to get to a bigger environment. I had the passion for coaching. I had an opportunity to coach football and basketball at the school, and I also aspire to become an administrator. And one of my mentors, somebody that I really look up to, had the highest leadership in the building, the principal. So I was able, a lot of factors had me, wanting to make that change.
So let's give a shout out to this principal you talk about. Now, who is that?
Oh, Mr. Cooper, Cedric Cooper, man. Shout out to Mr. Cooper, man.
All right. So now you, if I remember correctly, you also decided that you're not gonna coach.
Yes. I decided not to coach anymore. This was my last year coaching because I'm trying to pursue leadership role as myself. I'm trying to become an administrator. So this summer, I have a lot of trainings I have to do, a couple hours as far as internship. That's going to keep me busy, which is already rolling now. So I'm trying my best, to get there. I signed up for the Lincoln Public School Leadership Cadre for Aspire administrators that are going to be working with a lot of administrators within the district. So I got a lot on my plate, and I know coaching just takes up a lot of my time.
Well, man, I'm just gonna say congratulations. We're gonna take another quick break, and then we're gonna come back and wrap the show. Don't y'all go nowhere. This is 93.7 The Ticket to get you happy on hour.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Make sure you
tune in every Saturday from 11 to 12 for all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman. Learn how the game of youth football has grown in and around the capital city with coaches, athletic directors, and league commissioners telling you all about it. It's all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman every Saturday from 11 to noon right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Ice-T, repping Raising Cane's Iced Tea, the official iced tea of iced tea. Brewed throughout the day and perfectly poured over Cane's signature crush ice makes Cane's Iced Tea the only iced tea as fresh as me. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing. And we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
What do you look for when searching for a plumbing company? Integrity? Positive customer reviews? Are they insured and fully licensed? How about a company that has all three? Deals Plumbing in Lincoln is your go-to certified plumbing company that can help you fix anything from leaks to clogs, water heaters, and more. Give Deals Plumbing a call today at 402-525-7311, or you can visit Deals Plumbing online at dealsplumbing.com.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
And we're back. Man, we was talking during the break, man, and you was, I was complimenting you on how proud I am of you of sharing your story. And if I read what you said right, at first people always just kind of put you in this category. And it wasn't until you tell it.
Yeah, it wasn't until my early on my professional career. I was working Northeast Nebraska, Winnebago reservation, helping a lot of kids, overcome a lot of difficulties. And I had elders in the community, question why I was in that reservation, question like, oh, he just over here, just trying to get money or, not knowing what my real goal was. And it wasn't until one of the town meetings where they was throwing jabs at me, saying I had a silver spoon and, so they didn't know my story. And that was the first time I ever got up with passion and share them my upbringing, who I was, where I came from. And from there, after sharing that story, I'll never forget, man, they took me under their wing. They made me an honorary home chunk. And I'm now welcome on that reservation anytime I like.
Wow. And seeing to me, all from just being transparent.
Right.
But then too, that's what a lot of people do. They look at what you do professionally now, and they just kind of make assumptions. And I don't think that's smart, but, that's just the way our society seems to be geared toward. We always want to put a label on something that we're not even, all we have to do is ask.
Right.
But we're just not able to do that. Is there anybody you want to give a quick shout out to, man?
Hey, I want to give a shout out. My uncle came all the way out here from Los Angeles, man. He was on the Malone show the other day. I want to give a shout out to him. Want to give a shout out to my buddy Money Mike, who at home watching my son for me. And I'm sure they're in there playing Zombie. Of course, I want to give a shout out to my man who made this happen, Killer Mike, better known as Mike Hunter. Without Mike, man, that's a great dude, man. That's like a brother of mine.
Yeah.
So definitely want to give a shout out to him. And of course, man, I want to give a shout out to the man himself, man. I remember when I first met you, I only asked you once time, hey, would you come speak to our kids? Hey, you did without hesitation, man. And I really remember that. It was probably like 10 years ago that you came in and spoke to our kids. And every time, I asked Mike to reach out to you to come and speak, you always do it, man. So I want to definitely give a shout out to the happy hour, man. I really appreciate it. I'm very honored to be able to be on your show. So thanks for having me.
Well, first of all, thank you. And I just want you to know that we're watching. We're proud of you as well. I'm honored that you were willing to just be transparent, because that seems to be difficult for a lot of people to do. And I understand your uncle has quite a story as well. Oh, yeah. And we're going to help him get his story out there as well. Right. So don't think we forgot it. But I got to ask my final question before I let you go. Whenever I get a little free time, how you get your happy on, man?
Hey, I play zombies with my daughter and my son.
Hey, look, well, we're going to wrap the show up same way I do every week. And again, thank my guests for being here. And big shout out to Jackson for making us famous over here. So I want to say thank you. But every day you blessed to see is just another day in paradise. And no matter what, you got to get your happy on.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Attention! Acres is cutting interest rates and offering great deals below market value on the largest selection of used inventory in the nation. For a limited time, Acres is offering interest rates as low as 2.9% on our late model John Deere ag equipment. Acres low interest rates, along with our below market prices on select John Deere used planters, tractors, sprayers, and combines, makes it a great time to upgrade your equipment for the 2025 season. Visit acres.com for details. That's AKRS.com. Offer ends May 31st, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK, make flying easy.
Make sure you tune in every Saturday from 11 to 12 for all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman. Learn how the game of youth football has grown in and around the capital city with coaches, athletic directors, and league commissioners telling you all about it. It's all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman every Saturday from 11 to noon right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
What do you look for when searching for a plumbing company? Integrity, positive customer reviews? Are they insured and fully licensed? How about a company